I gotta ask you,
Mm.
if you had an alter ego, what would your name be?
Alter ego.
Yeah.
Anita McSween.
I think that name's already taken by a
Oh, damn
Canadian
it.
superstar. I like that one though. I like Anita
Mm,
McSween.
yeah, I love him too. I love Anita. I love Anita Applebaum. Anyways,
Anita
uh,
Applebaum, is that the official
yes.
last name?
Nope. No. Alter ego. Um, I don't know. Something.
Because you've had so many names over the years.
I did. I do. I usually go through a lot of names, but I think I just finally stick to one, and it's the worst name I could ever think of, and now I'm running with it for
Yeah.
almost 2 years now. So, um, an alter ego. I don't know. I
Because I
think
feel like, we listen to like hip hop a lot and stuff like that. And like,
mm-hmm,
MF Doom is like, he's also Victor Vaughn. And he's
mm-hmm.
also and Mac Miller is also Larry Fisherman and stuff like that.
And Madlib is Quasimodo.
Quasimodo, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh, he probably. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. I was curious about if you had an alter ego, how would you like
Just spinning the
embellish it?
question back on me.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about
Okay,
it,
I
but I
could I
really
could
don't
stall for
know.
you. I could stall for you. I don't know. I think I mean the first name that I used online ever was well, the first one when I signed up for Club Penguin was Lego Man 5000. I don't know if that would work for me today really. It's not really.
Yeah, Lego Man 5000.
I think when I'm thinking about an alter ego, I'm thinking about what my job would be in like a different universe, you know? So the first
Mm-hmm.
thing that comes to mind is like, what if I was like a pilot or something? So my alter ego would be like Gregory, the plane guy.
The Plane Man.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that awesome?
wow, that is so unbelievable. I think I finally made up my alter ego.
Okay, let's hear it.
Um, well, he'd probably be dead.
Oh, it's like a
Um,
zombie.
well, he's kind of stupid, but I don't know. It's just something I thought of just someone that is so abrasive, so stupid, unbelievably stupid, but kind of like a social experiment. I don't know. I feel I find that I'm so reserved even when it doesn't seem like it. I've noticed this in public that I'm just so quiet down to myself. I don't know why, but if there was any way to be like explicitive and out there, like a New York performance artist or whatever,
Mm.
that would be my alter ego. I look at these artists that go out and do the craziest shit, and I wish I can do that, but I can never do it.
Your
So
alter ego is the Runaway Five from Earthbound.
probably I
These
never played
guys
that.
who go. This
mm,
is a Henry reference. I'm putting that one in there for
mm-hmm.
Henry. But the Runaway Five are like, it's these five guys and they do performances. There's a town called Forside, which is kind of like the New York City of that game. And they
Mm-hmm.
get up on stage and they're the backing band for this. I forget the
Oh,
name of the girl who sings, but
oh, that's dope. I don't know that. Okay, well
so
then,
shout out.
shout out Earthbound. There was this.
I
I
think
was
your alter
learning
ego
about these
would kind
groups.
of be like it'd be like a big orc or something.
Big orc.
I like the idea of you being a cyclops, Like
A big ass cyclops.
I want to see you walk around and like, just like grunt and wield a big club. I think that's just good imagery.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. That would be kind of funny and kind of cool. Make my life way more interesting.
Can you
But
imagine you go to fucking Waffle House as a cyclops?
well, they wouldn't even serve me.
I think they would.
Just
I
get
think
booted out the door.
if you're that disgusting, I think you can. The only restaurant you can go to is Waffle House, right?
Waffle House? Shit, probably if you hit their 3 a.m. hours,
Not
you'll be
letting
all
you
right.
in Olive Garden, bro. I'll tell you that much.
Probably somewhere in somewhere north of Georgia. You can go to Waffle House there. It'll be all right.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate Waffle House. I love Waffle House, but that shit got so expensive, dude. Unreal.
I know. It's all those
Um,
damn. It's the Joe Biden egg prices, bro.
Joe Biden egg prices. I don't know. I really don't understand why food is getting expensive, but that's a whole another topic. But um, yeah, Cyclops. That's pretty dope. I don't know. In music, if creatively, if there was a way to be an alter ego, it would be someone who just makes the shittiest art and somehow gets away with it. I remember being young and I remember drawing in an account, and then I would make another account where I would just write the stupidest messages known to man. I would draw the stupidest things. No one knew. I did it, and somehow like people noticed. That was really fucking stupid, but when I was young, that was it for me. You know, I was like, here I was drawing in another account, in another one, I was just saying like Jesus is the bread, shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't
That's
know
like
why I
the
was saying
Tyler the
that.
Creator. Like he had like different Tumblr accounts or whatever, or he had different MySpaces.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think he said this on like Jimmy Kimmel or some shit. But he had a MySpace called like Tyler the Fashion Guy, and then he had like
Mhm.
Tyler the Creator, which is where he put all his music and stuff.
Mhm. That's where it started.
That's funny, man.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. That's so vague, vague memory, but I did that. But
I think that's what an
uh,
alter ego is for, though, right? Like,
yeah,
if you're in music, particularly, it's like that's where you put the shit that you don't like care enough to make it into like a thing to put on your main project, or it's like too different from whatever you're making on your main project. Because if you like
mhm.
mix the genres, then people get like angry and weird about it, you know?
That's why it's kind of important to start a whole new idea or group, or just be a new individual that I guess can just create new environments, new fan base. You're always if you're always going to experiment with another genre or another medium, there's always going to be people that are going to be reluctant to change and stuff. So that's why I think alter egos are really cool. And I think people do them great. Some people do them horribly wrong. Um, well, I was going to transition when we talked about shitty art to Cardi.
To
Believe
Playboy
that
Cardi. Well, first,
to
let me
Playboy
say, hey, everyone,
Cardi.
welcome back to the show. It's episode 90 something. I forgot. Henry is gone this week. He's in Portugal, except actually he's back now, but he has the flu, so he's still not here anyway. and
Yes.
that's what we're doing. And I've got Angelo. Thanks for
Yeah.
being here.
It's
Appreciate
been great.
you. And we're
I
we're
just
just
came back to work from
we're
work to
chopping
be
it
here.
up. We're back in the mines, you know.
Yep. The
Okay,
OG.
Playboy Cardi. Tell me about Playboy Cardi. He just released
I
an
don't know,
album.
man. I don't want to get castrated by someone who's an intellect, a cardi
Okay.
intellect. So I'm gonna just say that I only know that he released an album very boldly called "I Am Music."
Well,
So
it's the cover says I am music, but the title listed on streaming services is just music for some reason.
really,
Yeah. I also saw a
wow.
clip where he was talking to Kai Cenat on stream and and Kai Cenat was asking Cardi about cuz there's 3 Kendrick Lamar features on the new album. So Kai Cenat was like, "How did you get Kendrick on the album?" And then Playboy Cardi was what he was like, "Wait, Kendrick Lamar is on my album?" Like he didn't even seem to know that happened.
That's actually
Which is crazy
crazy.
cuz it's his album that he's been trying to put out for the past year. Like he released some of the singles for the album literally a year ago
Hmm.
and it just came out now. It's
Oh
all a
my god.
disaster, man. It's like what are we doing, dude?
Have you ever got around to listen to it?
Yeah, I listened to it on like Saturday or whatever, the day after, or
Mhm.
Friday, because it came out like Thursday midnight, right? Um, I don't know. It's like it's weird because like Cardi's kind of he was for at the time like the trendsetter for like this kind of like trap style,
Mhm.
um, and he's kind of like fallen behind at his own thing, which is so weird to me. Like he's just doing stuff that like I feel like Ken Carson and like fucking Yeet and Blade have like been doing for the past 3 years, and Cardi's just taken, you know, his last album was in 2020. It's taken him 5 years to basically do nothing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's just
Kind
like
of just lavish on the success.
congrats, you got 3 Kendrick Lamar features. That doesn't really change the fact that you didn't really like expand at all as like an artist. Like everyone,
Mhm.
wanted this thing to drop, and now that it's here, and like some people are happy and some people aren't, and it's like I don't know what I think if you have to do something if you take 5 years to make music. I don't know. Maybe that's crazy to say, but I just
Mhm.
feel like he didn't really. It was more to just like get it out than it was for it to be like a thing. You know what I mean?
I didn't believe he would release anything,
I didn't think
to be
so
honest.
either.
It's such a weird topic to dwell into when I really am not involved in that genre or space. But I can respect it.
But I mean, like,
I
what
can
if
respect the
what if
people that
like
like it.
let's put it in the lens of an artist you like, right? What if it was
Mm.
Frank Ocean? Frank Ocean hasn't released an album in literally like 9 years or something at this
Well,
point.
is what's worse, being a Cardi fan or a Frank Ocean fan?
Well, now it's
Not the
Frank
latter.
Ocean, right? Because Cardi
Not
dropped.
that.
So
Exactly. So I'll take what I get.
if Frank
I'm saying.
Ocean dropped an album tomorrow and it was just leftovers from Blonde, you'd be like, oh, that's cool. I get some more Frank Ocean. That's nice. But if they're just leftovers,
Yeah.
it's like if
It's
you're
just
gonna
not.
take the I get that like if you've moved on and if you don't want to do it anymore, that's fine. But it just feels disrespectful to like, the people who are paying attention for you to just be like, here's this thing. Now please get out of my face.
Yeah, it just depends on how he feels creatively. I don't think he'll. Have you heard of the story about I think this is true. I heard it from my brother, but somehow a Make-A-Wish kid asked, literally made a wish to Frank to drop an album, and Frank was like, "No, nah." So I'm
Obviously
like,
that wish cannot be made because it requires,
no,
but that's funny
that
though.
that is really weird. But
That
I
reminds me of
don't
that
know.
Kanye tweet where he was like, I just denied 2 Make-A-Wish kids like 30 minutes ago.
He had to flex that out on Twitter.
That was so funny.
Congrats. Hey,
I
hooray for
mean,
you, man.
look, I don't stand by the guy, but like that's objectively one of the funniest tweets I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you have to tweet something. Well, it's on your mind, so gotta say
Yeah,
what's on your mind.
that's what it's for. X the everything app. That's what it's for, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's for everything. You could put everything
Do you
on
still
that
use
app.
it? Do you
No,
still use X? Okay, because I deleted my shit. I never got on it again.
I haven't-
I hope
I
to
open
never get on
X. So sometimes someone links me to a thing where it's like it's some thing that someone posted a long time ago that I want to open up because it's relevant to some other thing that I'm looking at.
it. Mm-hmm.
But I don't like open the feed. I don't have the app on my phone. I don't have it bookmarked in my browser anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it used to
I
be
haven't
such a
gone to it in like
wonderful
2
place.
months or something.
Mm-hmm. Um,
At least like
yeah.
of my own volition.
Well, what's new that we can talk about from music apart from Cardi? I don't know. Um,
Uh,
any new.
I don't
Since for
fucking
the
know,
last time
man.
we talked about music, literally was about the diss tracks that were going back and forth last year. But I'm not. I don't know. Did you have anything to bring out about?
Nah, not really. I did want to ask you because this is the OG music club crew.
Oh, it
That's you
is.
and me. We started
It
music
is.
club, and Henry has joined in. Hopefully, we do another one with Henry sometime soon.
Yes.
I want to because our music club is so much fun, man. I love music
It
club
is. I love it too.
because we
I
get
don't
to
know.
sit down and it's like there's no expectation to like say stuff or whatever because we just listen to the music and we're in the same Discord call and that's kind of it. Um, it's nice to talk about it after. Like I've never I've never liked watching movies or like TV with other people because other people want to like talk during the thing. It's
Mhm.
like fuck you. I want to take in I want to watch the Marvel's Avengers Endgame or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but I love talking about it after because I like seeing what other people like. Oh, you interpreted it that way, and I interpreted it this way, and it represents this thing or it tackles like these ideas, and I don't know. You just get
Um,
different perspectives about stuff. Has
it's
music
pretty.
club changed the way you listen to music at all?
Yeah, I think I prefer to listen to albums all the way through. And actually, it makes the singles or the songs that I liked make them more significant. They make them more impactful. Um I think albums are just a great way to uh order just understand a song and concepts and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
as an idea. And I love that way of just putting your songs and adding so much layers into it, and then and adding other elements of the songs before it to transition to a big song. I'm talking about like the albums that we listen to and we talk about a lot. I hate bringing them up, but we already know. But um, that's why I think just for me, um, I think that's what's missing a lot. I don't see it very often, especially with people think albums are generative. They're more. It's just quantity. How many songs can I get in an album?
yeah.
It's not. It's not. There's no cohesion. There's no balance of song. It's just back to back to back, like in your face.
Whereas like a
Will this
well-crafted
hit?
album is like, we weave kind of in between the themes and the tracks are supposed to like build on each other. And maybe it's like a story or maybe it's just like, a set of experiences told in a certain way, but they're all supposed to like, connect and do something together. It's such a unique experience, I think, compared to like, I like movies are more straightforward in a way, and you also just get more information, so it's like easier to understand. Whereas music is like a bit more abstract. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what is a
Hmm.
synthesizer? You know what I mean? Versus like when you watch a movie, you're like all the stuff is laid out before your eyes, like it's visual information. You just inherently understand it. Whereas the music, it
I
like takes more of you to be like, this is how I feel about it.
People say that there's too much music out there, like there's too much art, there's too much artists.
Nah.
But and I think so, but not too much good art, too much great art. And I think that's not our fault creatively. I think that's just the standard generatively in on average on in the medium scale in the median, like how much art is out there and how much in the median is good art considered great art, and that's entirely dependent on the work output out there and how impactful it is for the moment. It really is that n- so many elements. That's why I think it there's laws to this, and I like to consider that there's a reason why some art is collectively praised and some artists kind of just vanished into the abyss, right? And I really like that. I think there's some kind of power at play that we don't know about music and art. And like that's why some music just stands out through the test of time, and some that's what and trends they go by that just pass by, but there's something that's keeping uh creativity and creative works afloat, and I don't know what it is, but that's why it's so important to output your creative out. You just make more.
Just
You
throw
never
it
know what
out.
you're gonna
Yeah.
make. Just throw it out, and just just don't think about it.
I
Just
think
make
more
more.
stuff
Yeah,
is always better.
I think so too. Yeah, I think that increased the odds of making good stuff.
I think
Um,
yeah, if you like work harder at a certain thing, you get better at it, obviously. But I also think
hmm
like just like as human beings, like if you just do more stuff and you make more things, you'll just be more fulfilled in general. Like it's a
Oh yeah.
self-serving thing, but I think you also like the more stuff you put out there that you put yourself into, you get more people who are like understand you better. Like you make better connections. And you could say, that
Yeah.
song you made, I like it because it's this thing, and I think about that thing sometimes.
You'd be surprised as to how like how certain works can just connect with people in a specific way. That's why I find my the path I'm going to pretty interesting. Even though I'm not banking out like art or whatever what I'm doing. I don't know, like every day. It's just kind of that curiosity. It's like, what can I do here? You know, just naturally going through the learning process of just seeing what could happen. What can I make that's impactful? You know, it's interesting. I don't know. But I hate every time I see quote unquote bad things, you know, like bad art or bad, you know, kind of it's just the art and stuff that kind of makes me cringe, you know, something that's usually marketing, you know, something that's for profit, for gain, you know, trend. It's kind of just it's kind
Like
of
it feels
sad.
like there's supposed to be 100 TikToks made about it.
Yeah, there's it has like it has to hit a certain standard. If it's not, if not, it's not any good, and that's ridiculous. I hate that. I I think every time, every good impactful art always pushes a boundary. Always like pushes or breaks through something. That's why it's called a breakthrough album or whatever the hell it is.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's why they made the words like that.
Yeah,
That's
breakthrough.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That breakthrough's a good word, man.
It is, and why don't you hear it off? I don't. You hear it sometimes in genres that just completely turns everyone's heads sideways, but then eventually everyone's like, oh, I fuck with this. I like this. I like what I'm listening to. I can't tell what's happening, but I like it.
What are some other good words? I was talking to a friend
Uh,
the other day, and I said the word lumbast, and she was like, "That's a good word." I was like, "That is a good word."
lumbast,
Yeah.
lumbast. That's
When
wonderful.
you lumbast someone. You say what's a doctor name? Doctor,
Nefario,
I don't fucking,
Nefario,
Doctor
Doctor
Mario.
Nefario, Doctor Nefario.
Dr. Mario, I'm lambasting you
Yes.
because you gave me sertraline instead of Zyrtec or something like that. I'm really good at improv. I don't know if you know this about
That's
me.
very well. That's nice. I'll give you a grade. That's quite funny.
I have a hold on. I think I have a notes app thing about my favorite words.
You know what makes me sick? Seeing your Instagram stories. I
That
don't know
makes
for
it
the
makes you
life of me.
sick.
No, it makes me. I go through the stages of an emotional distraughtment because the things you post are so so stupid but so funny. I just can't help but like, where do you get this stuff? Do you just what goes through the mind of of an influencer like you?
um I just dead ass. I think my brain just works like that.
hmm
Like I get a thought.
Uh,
Like I don't know. I think it sounds stupid to say. I can't find my notes app with my favorite words. Whatever. I remember one of the words was ivory. Anyway, sometimes I just
Ivory.
get I like get a like I'll just be walking through my day and I'll be like, dude, like here's an example. I'll give you an example. The other day I listened to Jay Dilla's Donuts again because I hadn't heard it in a while, and it's
Legend.
really good, and everyone should go listen to that. And there's my favorite song on that album is Time: The Donut of the Heart, which is one that's just a great title.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
then
Good
my
choice.
thought after that was, what is the donut of the things in my life? So I was thinking about, I was like, the pizza is kind of the donut of Italy, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my whole
Sure.
day was literally just me going, tires are kind of like the donut of the car.
Yeah.
And
That's
and stuff like
that's
that.
fucking
And Yoshi is kind of the donut of
done
Mario.
Mario.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yes.
You come up with one. You come up with one.
Well, um, we can say that the cross was kind of the donut for
Yeah,
Jesus.
see,
You
you
know, and
understand
it's
it perfectly.
yes, I love Jesus.
What's the donut of Hispanic food? I was trying to think about this. It's not
Oh,
tacos.
it's
That
too
feels too
broad. That is too
obvious, right?
broad. You know, it's too broad. I don't know what the fuck you mean by Hispanic. That could be
We're
anyone. Um, I don't know.
Is it the carne
Yeah,
asada?
that's a very popular one, but
Right.
no, I don't know. Maybe,
I feel like
maybe.
I
Yeah,
feel like
just
carne
meat in
asada
general.
is one of those things that's like that's popular here in the US, but it's not really.
Oh, bro, it is so
But I don't
delicious.
know.
I don't
I
know.
love carne
I think
asada though.
I think other countries interpret carne asada into different meals. I love when we're Salvadorian, but we still eat carne asada like with rice and beans, like
Yeah.
with pico de gallo, and it's delicious. And then there was a restaurant, I think a Colombian restaurant, and they had carne asada, but then they would have it with poached egg, sausage,
Ooh.
and some of this weird bread. I don't know what it's called, and then white rice and beans, and pork, whatever. It's something. It was like pork something. There's someone that can correct it, but it was delicious. But carne asada, yeah, I would probably say is
That
the
sounds
donut of
so fucking good, man.
so good, bro. It's so good. Love it.
I think
Um,
Mexican food has to be like my favorite genre of food.
yeah, it's good.
Like I'm not
There's
I
no
think some people would say like, like Japanese food
I
or something. I'm not really a sushi guy though.
no, I mean, I'd probably say it just got worse in the States. I think the way these restaurants, I think there's some restaurants that do it fine, but then there's some restaurants that kind of whitewash it and just make it so like they don't it doesn't feel like, reminiscent of let's say you're eating outdoors. No, you're eating in a well ventilated area with air conditioning and Febreze spray. Like that's and you got clean tables with chandeliers on top of your table or some shit. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you might as well fucking you eat on the ground. You eat with your hands.
I know.
That's how you do
Yeah.
it. You eat with the tortilla. You eat with your hands. God damn it.
I feel that so hard. I will say the best sushi I've ever had was when I was in Hawaii, and it's like we went to this super small like hole in the wall. Like there's like 3 tables in the whole place,
Oh yeah, you're gonna
and there's
find the best
like
food right there.
and
Yeah.
there's the like guy behind the bar or whatever was like the fattest man I've ever seen in my life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's
he
they make
absolutely.
good food because they be
They
eating
make
all the
good food. They
time.
be eating. They be experimenting with themselves. They're just
Yeah, yeah.
finding out the right. And God bless those people. They're amazing.
God bless.
Um, yeah, but I just ate. Um, something great that we can talk about
That's
too
awesome,
is
man.
what else did you have
Oh,
to think about?
here's a
What is
question I
something
wanted to
you
ask you. What
yeah.
is like if you go to prison, you get the death penalty forever. If
Ooh,
you killed
fuck.
1,000,000 babies, and then the government was like, you have to die now because you killed 1,000,000 babies.
Why would I kill a million?
I think sometimes I think every time you go to sleep, there's like a 0.0001% chance you just wake up as a murderer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes people
You
just
know,
do
you
that,
know
and
what?
it doesn't
They
make
just
any
do that.
sense.
And you know what's crazy? They have in psychotherapy, they actually treat people that come in and they say, "I want to kill someone," and they're gonna be like, "Okay, we can solve that issue. We can make that feeling go away
Yeah.
somehow." So
I'd like
I
to
don't know
think
where it
that
comes
the
from.
cure is just like a Snickers or something like that.
Just
You're
watch a
not you when you're
movie.
hungry, you know?
You know, we
But okay,
yeah.
you death penalty and you get a last meal. What's your last meal?
See, I'm a simple guy. You know, I would
Yeah.
like to have some. Um, I would love to have a all around Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh,
Uh,
interesting.
pecan. I love pecan chocolate pie. I need that shit. And um, what else? I see, because if I eat this shit, how optimal is it that I will kill myself before I actually die from eating? You know what I mean?
What? Wait, okay, so
Because I want to eat.
you wanna die by eating before they get the
Yes,
chance to
because
kill you.
yeah, you know, it
Whoa,
just helps
I've
the.
never thought about that before.
You know, I think you should have the right to kill yourself before you die. You know, it's just something that you need to
Wait, that's actually
ask.
so brilliant because
You
no
know,
one gets any justice because you decided to kill yourself first.
yep.
That's
Just
actually brilliant.
bust out the gut, have it sprawled out with all the food, and then they restore it, and then you can feed it to the next person.
Well, then you should probably like optimally you should eat like puffer fish or like something poisonous, right?
Oh yeah, you
Because
know,
why?
but
When
they
else
probably
you
would
would eat
hire
that?
they probably hire the best Japanese sushi chef. Chef. I can't say anything right anymore. Sushi chef
Yeah,
to make sure that it's non-venomous. Have you seen those guys? It's
it
so
is
beautiful.
crazy. I feel like there's a like a documentary about this. It's like
Yes.
yeah, there's like these like Japanese chefs who they do like they have these such like delicate knife techniques and they're like
Yes.
carving around the venomous part of the pufferfish. I don't know what part of the pufferfish it is.
I think
It's weird
it's
that only one
intestines. Yeah.
part is poisonous, but the rest is like chill.
Yeah, the rest is just fine. And
like
I don't know why people still fucking eat it.
like you can eat like the spikes and shit, but like the intestines are bad because they're like purple or something. I don't know.
Yeah. They're basically just there to just kill
The
prey. Just
intestines
kill
are
the
the
people that are
donut of
just
the pufferfish.
yeah. Yeah, there you go. Nice. That you brought that back. That's
Okay,
awesome.
last meal. Last meal.
Um,
You said Thanksgiving, like a full Thanksgiving dinner, like turkey
yeah, dude.
and mashed
Well,
potatoes and stuffing and
I
stuff.
would like to have an Italian cuisine dinner too.
Well,
I
you get
love.
everything you want for a
Oh
last
yeah,
meal.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll get that. I get all the best pies.
What kind of
I would
pie?
love to have. Oh man. Oh shit. See, I never got. See, I'm so dirt poor. I eat the same shit every day. I eat Chick-fil-A breakfast burritos.
Hell
They're
yeah.
so good. And Panda Express teriyaki chicken. So my acquired taste is so narrow, but if I were able to, I would try to eat as much as I can of all the pies, cherry pie, raspberry pie, pecan pie, um, all the food pies too, um, chicken pot pie. Oh my god. Anyways, enough about that. It's kind of just. But what about you? What would you eat as your last meal?
I don't I
What
think
would you say?
first you got to start out. I like to think of it in courses. So like as an appetizer, I think what I want is like it's part of the last meal is like I want to get the full range of human food experiences. You know what I mean? So like the first it's like appetizer, I want like kid food, I want like garbage food, but I also want like some really well made food. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mm-hmm.
appetizer, give me like, you know, chicken wings and mac and cheese and like a burger or something. I want specifically a Five Guys burger because I love Five Guys.
Ooh, yeah.
And then
Have you ever had? Oh, sorry. Go.
no, what were you say?
Have you ever had In and Out? In and Out
No, I've
burger?
never had
I
In
think
and
this
Out.
top. I think this. We're gonna skip. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We had the when we had Ethan on for the fast food, we did like the fast food tier list. We did all that shit. I think Henry was the only one who um had said he had In and Out, and the one time he had it, he liked it, and the other time that he had it, he didn't like it. So, so we didn't really know
Oh,
what to do with it. But I think our consensus was that it was good. I don't really remember, but I know that's like that's like the East Coast versus West Coast burger spot competition.
hmm.
But I'm a Five Guys guy for sure.
Oh yeah, wonderful food.
Or Shake
Oh my.
Shack. Shake Shack is also really good.
Hmm.
Um, so I want Five Guys burger. I also want breakfast. So I'm a slut for like American diners, classic American diner food. So give me scrambled eggs, give me buttermilk pancakes, give me bacon, give me the little round sausage patties. Not the links. I don't fuck with links like that. I want the patties because you get more meat, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
I think that's my thinking is that if you ask for the patties, it's more meat for your dollar. It's a little fucking TikTok hack for all y'all little diner fans later. Um,
Uh-huh.
and then I also want like I want some fucking fire. I want some snickerdoodle cookies. I want a milkshake, just vanilla. I'm not like big on flavors. I want a vanilla milkshake. That's it.
Hmm.
That's kind of my last meal. I'm probably forgetting something, but
God, I would. What if someone just ordered all that or all of our food and just did not eat it? They were just like, yeah, they just take a good wild look at what they have and they're just like, I'm ready to die.
yeah.
So and then the people that somehow ordered and made that all that happen just looks at that and just say we've completely wasted our time and salvation and money to feed this fucking individual
That's definitely
to just
happened
die.
because I remember there's like one story, and I'm gonna make up some of the details because I don't remember it exactly. But I know that there was like this one guy who was like a serial killer or something, and they were like, "What do you want for your last meal?" And he was like, I just want a single grape." And then he ate like half of the single grape. And then he was like, "All right, I'm the electric chair. It calls for me now."
God damn it.
I think that's kind of baller though. Like to just be
Wow.
like, I think it's kind of funny as your last meal to just say, "Fuck the guy who has to like get this for me." You know what I mean?
Mm, holy
Like just
shit. Hit in
one
the
last middle
sack.
finger to this mortal coil.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
beautiful, man.
force of nature. But yeah,
How's
get
your you have a cat, kind of.
I do.
Is it yours
Kind
now?
of. It's mine now. Shit bothers me every fucking day.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
We have to feed it.
explain for the people. There's like a street cat that you adopted,
Yes, unofficially adopted a street cat. I named her Eddie.
Eddie.
Edi. Eddie. Not Edie. Eddie. She's very
Not like
sweet.
Ed, Ed,
Very.
and Eddie. It's a little bit
No,
different.
no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's people were confused if it was a boy. It's a girl 'cause it's a tortoiseshell cat. Um, apparently tortoiseshell cats are always primarily female. Sometimes rarely males, but they live shorter lifespans. That's why they're so rare.
Mm.
Um, so I was just walking and some random fucking thing came up and
Like
just
just
started
around your
like
neighborhood?
just around my neighborhood and around the street. It was very dark, and I was just walking, and this fucking thing showed up out of nowhere. And I nearly shitted myself, mind you, when I saw it. I wonder if that was a dog or not.
Yeah.
Neighbors had vicious dogs. I can remember many times I got ran or chased. Anyways, um, I just saw it and I was like, oh well, a cat never came up to me, so this is either the second coming of Christ or I'm, this is a cat that I never thought I would see a cat walk up to me, and so I went ahead and ran inside and I was like, Mom, we need to get milk for this guy. Went ahead, she followed me, and she was really sweet. And the next day, I bought her food. and I never stopped feeding her since. I'm not kidding. Since August, literally. And sometimes she like runs inside, and eventually she gets scared and she runs out. Um, but she lives around us, our house now.
Somewhere.
We take good care of her. Yeah, we made a bed for her in our like back. She's under shelter. We check up on her. It's all good. She's good. I love her to death. Don't like
You
cats
never
though.
thought it'd be like I think sometimes when you get like a cat to walk up to you, sometimes it's like bad luck, no? That's my first thought
Um,
is like you got to get this damn cat away from me cuz it's going to bring me economic downturn. You know what I mean?
you know what's so interesting about
Or is that
that?
only black cats, I guess?
I think it's black cats, even though it's just superstition. But apparently, tortoiseshell cats are also called money cats here.
Mm.
They mean very good luck, apparently. So I
That's
don't know
actually
what the fuck that means.
you got the damn golden goose, bro.
Golden goose,
You got
but
the money cat. That's awesome.
that doesn't serve. Like
I would love to have a
I
money
don't know.
cat, bro.
So shit
If it's
doesn't shit
anything like
roll.
that money tree Kendrick was talking about, sign me up, bro.
Yeah, this cat and she's cool with me picking her up now. And I just every time she like bugs the shit out of me, I pick her up and I just like look at her straight in the face and I'm like, "What do you want from me?"
Yeah.
And she wouldn't care. She'd be like, "Oh, okay, hi." Um, yeah, she's very sweet and my money pearl. I rub her every day to make sure that she gives me money. And she's been
I
proving
rub
me
her
good
so she
well.
lays the money eggs for me to
She's been
sell.
proving me right, and actually, when I go back to college, I didn't think this would happen. After that, this is not the not that the money cat had anything to do with it, but I got my financial aid situated, so I get to go to summer school. I don't know if that means
That's
anything.
pretty cool. That
Yeah,
is money that you were given,
that is
basically,
money I was given from
from
the
the money
government,
cat.
from the money cat. So that's
That's
pretty cool.
beautiful.
So get a cat. I probably say, but
Get a money
but the
cat.
something interesting though is that I learned that um when people pick cats or something, it's usually the other way around.
The cat
You can't
chooses
pick
you.
a you the cat has to choose you, and it's not fair, but it really is that there is ways to make a cat grow into you and gain your trust, but it's such a tedious and hard process from what I've heard. Um, that it's just kind of it is just worth it to take a stray cat, make sure they're in good health, check up on it, and adopt it and take it into your wing, and then eventually the cat will just grow so used to you that it'll be forced to love you, and you will always feed it. And when people adopt these cats that just absolutely hate them, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like why do you own it? You know, that's why it's so weird, but it's, I think it's just right. You know what I mean?
It's like
Can't
the
force a cat
wands
to
from
like
Harry Potter. You have to go here,
you. Mm.
kitty, 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 is to choose you. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
and I love that thing to death.
And the cool
Would you
thing
get a
is
cat?
that both the cats and the wands can cause like mass destruction. Like the wand, you go Wingardium explode, and it does that. And then the cat scratches your walls and shit. It's like the same thing.
Oh, better not scratch my fucking Jesus Christ. All right. Would you get a
um,
cat?
yeah, I would get a cat. I mean, I can't right now. I guess I could. Like, my apartment allows pets, but it's a thing where you gotta like pay extra. I just don't want to do that.
Wait,
Also,
you live in an apartment now? Oh, you don't live with anyone else. You're
what do
balling
you?
out,
I have a
motherfucker.
roommate. What are you talking about?
Damn it. You're not free yet. See your roommate
I'm
shenanigans,
close
I
to being
remember.
free.
Yep. What
Um,
you're almost graduating. You're almost
yes, I'm
graduating.
well aware.
How is that? How is that going for you? You didn't talk to me for 1 week and I got so upset about you. You dick.
Yeah,
You
that's
were
my
supposed to say
bad,
good
man.
morning
That's
to
my
me.
bad.
Supposed to give me smooches good night, but you never did it. You dick. So
I
were
didn't
you
know
like
I had to
busy
be your fucking nanny, you piece of shit.
were you busy with school? Did you finish your capstone, whatever the fuck it's called?
No, we have a presentation at the end of the semester. It's like during finals week.
Ah,
And then I have like one other final. Most of my classes this semester are all like project stuff. So I have like a million different group chats that I have to pay attention to, which is annoying.
ew.
But but yeah, I'm graduating. Um I don't know. It's
After that,
whatever.
you're
I have a job
after that
interview
you're
this
done.
week. It's fucked up, man.
Woo. Oh, okay. Well, best of luck. And oh,
Appreciate that.
and you were about to say something or bring up another topic.
Well, I was gonna say bless you, and I was
Thank you.
also gonna say, uh, I think I would have a cat. I think my roommate would be fine with it. I just don't want to pay like the fee or whatever. And it's also I don't know. I want to be in my own place before I get a pet. I'm not really like, there's the big the Splatoon Splatfest. Dog or cat, choose a side, and whichever one you choose means you hate the other one. I'm not like that. Uh, I grew up with a dog. My first dog. His name was Bowie. I loved Bowie, and then my mom got after Bowie died, we got Finley and Clover, who are beautiful. They're amazing. They're so fluffy. Uh,
Hmm.
but and my friends always had cats. Like literally, I think all my friends have cats. My one friend Sam, growing up, he had 3 cats. Fucking my friend Elliot had cats, I think. Stuff like that. I don't know. So I like them both, I think, pretty equally, but I think I am more of a cat guy cuz like dogs you got to like take out, and it's like more of not that I like don't care about the dog, right? But it's just so much more effort. It's like you got to throw the ball, you got to take them outside, you have to pick up their poop, and you
Have
got
to
to
give them a lot of
fucking
attention.
yeah.
Way too much
It's just
attention.
it's just a lot, and I'm not down for that. I need a guy who I can like, I get home from work, I put my comically large hat on the coat rack, and then I like, I touch the nose of my cat and I say, "What up, dog?" And then I make
That's
dinner.
all you
You know what
need
I
to
mean?
do.
Like I'm
That's all
just
you
more
need to
chill
do.
like that, I guess. I don't know. I had like little frogs growing up too.
What? How was that?
I had they were like in between frogs and tadpoles. Like they aren't like I think when I say frog, people think like bullfrog, like some the size of you know, a
Hmm.
medium-sized ball or something. Uh but they were like little, like maybe like 1 inch long or something like that. They were little tiny ass little frogs. And it was basically like they were in like a fish tank thing that I had that was like, it was like snow globe sized kind of. And you just feed them every day and they like swim around. They're basically just fish. And they just swim around and stuff.
Did you ever flush them down the toilet when they were dead?
I did they never died. I don't know how long they live. But I had them for like I think like
So there's
2 years or something. It was like a long time. And I just
so
like
they
let them
slowly.
go in like there's like a creek by
Oh,
my
okay.
house. And I was like I don't
So
want
you
you anymore.
so they got so you they got eviscerated by whatever bass was lurking down there.
No,
That's a
no, it
great.
wasn't that big of a creek. It was like there's only small fish in there, like little
Oh,
like minnow sized. Like it was
oh,
not very
okay.
deep at all. It was like a stream. Is probably a more accurate word.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could like it was as deep as like your shoe.
I can still drown.
They
No, I'm playing.
survive in the water. They can't
Or
drown, man.
yeah, they can. Yeah. I'm just.
I was like, I don't have
Mhm.
any need for them anymore. I don't feel like I'm not gaining anything. This is why I fucking hate fish, dude. They're the dumbest pet ever. You might as well get a pet rock and just light like $20 on
Well,
fire every once in a while.
fishes are more interesting. They just swim. They don't do anything in
I
life.
guess
They don't do anything useful in life.
like they just take up space and water and electricity and money, and that's it.
And mental cognition.
They can't get the newspaper for you. It's
They
worthless,
can't.
man. It's
They can't
stupid.
restore my crippling. They can't fucking solve the world.
They can't even solve the world,
Solve the
man.
world?
That's what
No,
I
they
keep
can't.
saying. Fish are
I
not the
wonder it
donut
every day.
of the pet world.
No, they're not. They're more of the donut of the shark that is waiting to eviscerate their corpse.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Yes.
I've been watching over spring break. One of the things I said I was gonna do was I'm rewatching all the Studio Ghibli like Miyazaki films. Just
Mm.
because I like them, and I haven't watched them in a long time. And I rewatched Kiki's Delivery Service recently, and the cat in there, his name is Gigi, and that's my fucking dog, bro. I fucking love Gigi. He's just a little bitch. Like he walks around, and he's like, "This hag is annoying" and stuff like that. I'm like, that's
Hmm.
so fucking true, dude. Shout out
That's
Gigi.
sweet. I never watched any of the Studio Ghibli films.
Oh,
That's
they're so
something
good, man.
I regret, or I should do. I never watched any of them. I probably should.
They're all so good,
Um,
man.
well, yeah, no. As an artist, I should, but
They're just
yeah,
filled
maybe
with
someday.
that childhood magic, you know?
Hmm.
Like
It's
Nemo
genius. I
and
don't know.
shit.
It's something I have to be young and just get embellished by whatever I'm looking at and just
Yeah.
immersed in it.
I don't even
I
think
wish
you
I
have
had.
to be like younger to enjoy it though. Like you could just
Mm-hmm.
look at it and be like, haha, it's a funny cat. You know?
Yeah, sure. Oh, I want to talk about something with
Yeah.
you. How's the Valorant grind going?
Oh my
Um,
god, bro. I don't even
with
wanna
you.
fuck,
I
man.
do want to know. You don't? Yeah, tell me about it. What's
we
been going on with
we talked about this on
soon
the
to be?
podcast. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I think it was last week. I don't remember. Um There's like a patch that came out recently. You know how like in Splatoon, we both played Splatoon competitively.
Oh
Okay, we
yeah.
we remember the day the patch notes come out,
Yes.
and it's like
Yes.
the we're
Worst
waiting
day in the
for
world.
Tic Tac to translate it into English for us, so we can all like be mad at the
Yeah.
changes. You know.
Yep.
And there's a patch that came out in Valorant recently, and everyone's like mad about it or whatever. I don't want to rehash everything I said last week, but it was like, people were just mad that like they added a new character and the one character has like abilities that are similar to another character. So it feels like it's taken up the same kind of space. Like one character just is a lot better than the other one. So people are like, understandably, like what the hell is this fucking Riot Games? Are you stupid, developer of the game that I like, And it was just like everyone was just mad about it. I don't know. It was so annoying. Coming from Splatoon, I feel like when we got like a new patch and there was new content, people were like, holy shit, it's the Grim Range Blaster. Like people
Yeah.
were excited because it was like a new thing, even though it was like a weapon that was like already in the game. But then in Valorant, it's like people are just getting mad, for no reason, I feel like, which is just like the difference in I think like attitude towards like the community in general. Like Valorant is obviously like an older player base and stuff like that.
Way older.
And so
When I
people
play in
have like
Splatoon,
different
oof,
expectations and stuff like that.
oof, yeah. When I play in Splatoon, the player base is incredibly young, and
But
it's
everyone's nice
not
though.
super young. But yeah, everyone's really nice there. Sometimes
Sometimes that's true.
I've had some experiences where some people are just outright just so boastful and egotistical. Like it's just so draining. Like if I can go on and on about these people,
Do you remember
they're
there's that
currently
one
making me
guy
upset.
he had like a Ness profile picture and he would keep trying out for teams and he was just like known colloquially as like, this is like, you have to stay away from this guy, he is like bad. Do you know who I'm talking about?
The Ness guy?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
There was a guy. This might have been when you stopped playing for a bit.
It
There's a
might
guy
have
with a
been, yeah.
Ness profile picture, and he like made his own team, and he was recruiting people for a little bit because he couldn't get recruited. And then he would like go into like tournament discords, and he would like at the mods directly and be like, "I think you're stupid. This is how you should do it instead," and stuff like that.
Sounds like so many people I know right now,
And
bro.
like this
Oh
guy
my
was
god.
so visible because he just like messaged all the time in these public Discord servers. So he kind of like got a reputation for himself a little bit.
Mm.
There's bad eggs everywhere, but
It's yeah. I this is something I brought up with my brother, but I was like, dude, I'm going through like a drought. I don't think it's been going well, but I really it's just something. It's just a slump, but it's all right. Like I'm still playing, but I'm not trying to prioritize it, right? Like but it's really funny, and I told my brother like, oh, I wish I can be playing with this fucking pink guy, but
yeah.
no, he just went off for better things. That's completely
I
fine.
saw the greener pastures and the Sound of Music, and I said I want that.
Yeah, you what? Yeah,
I mean, the
yeah.
real is like I just don't have like time like that to play video games anymore. It sucks.
Hmm.
I mean, I say that, but like this entire past week, I've put like a lot of hours into Baldur's Gate 3, but that's besides the point. Okay. The other day, I was sitting at my desk in my underwear at 3 in the morning playing Baldur's Gate, and
Oh
that's
my God. No,
100% real.
no
That's
matter
time I'll
what,
never
I
get
think
back.
even when you go into your corporate job after college, dude, I swear to God, you will always be able to have time to play video games. You always say you don't have time. Yeah, sure, you could be doing other
I'm just
stuff.
saying I don't have
Great.
as much time as I once did.
Compared to when we were young, when we
Yeah,
get off
yeah.
school and we play all the time. Yeah,
I'll
I get
always
that.
be a degenerate loser and stuff like that. Uh, but
Hey,
no,
just be a degenerate
to
loser for the things you like to do, though. It's fine. It'll be fine.
yeah, yeah. But to answer your question, the Valorant has been going. I mean, it's ups and downs, right? Like there's an ebb and flow to it. Um, I think a little bit ago I was in a slump. Recently, I've been playing well. The past couple days, I only play like 3 games a day, basically. Because like more than that, every
It
game is
takes a
like
long
every game is
time, yeah.
minimum 30 minutes long, so it's
Oof,
like a
man,
big investment.
your
Sometimes
games take way too long.
sometimes 3 games is like 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot. So I
Oof.
try and
Yeah.
limit it to like 3, which I think is pretty reasonable.
Hmm.
Um, so recently I've been going like 2 for 3 on the day, which is I can't really be mad about that. But not too long ago I was in a bit of a slump, and then yeah, we're bouncing back. I think most of it's just like consistency. Sometimes I skip a day, and then I kind of have to rebuild. Um, but we're
It
getting
is
there.
just consistency. Yeah, people think that you have to go like full force, into what you. I got to 0 to 100. If it's not 0 to 100, then I don't want anything else. You can always go for 20. You can always go for something. Even a little bit is good enough.
Yeah, I mean, three
But
months
adding on.
ago I was in bronze, and now I'm in silver 3.
There you go.
So that's
See,
big.
see,
So like
yeah,
3 months from now, I'll probably be in like gold 3.
gold three.
And that's I'm on the doorstep of my goal, which is just plat. That's all I
See,
want is
and
plat. I literally don't care about like going further than that would be nice, but that's like literally all I want is just plat because I feel like that's a very respectable rank for a game that people like know life like no other game.
ooh, yeah.
Maybe you could really only compare it to League or like Dota. I feel like those are like truly degen games because there's like
Hmm.
so much to them. You have to have this large knowledge base, and it has to be like it's literally 8 hours time in every day. And if you don't do that, then you're fucking worthless.
Wow. There you go. That's how you become the best in that game.
I mean,
Ridiculous, but
like every game, right? But
yeah.
I feel like Plat's respectable. And also, Platt just feels like the first place to stop, where you kind of get out of the kind of slop that is like the people you run into in like silver and stuff like that. Like silver and bronze is
Mm-hmm.
like, most of the players who play the video game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you get like the people who are like on an alt account to play with their friends because they're too high ranked. And these are the people who they think they're queuing deathmatch, but they queue competitive instead because they aren't paying attention. And these are the people who like get angry at their teammates when they're the ones who lost the clutch or like something like it's like just these
Yeah.
insane people who you don't want to have to spend time with. And Platt feels like the first level where it's like, okay, we're like kind of out of that now. There's like a larger portion of normal people, quote unquote.
You never know. You might be saying that you'll be like, okay, with plat, but then you'll always be like, oh, maybe I want diamond now. Oh, whoa, going
Nah,
higher.
I don't want diamond. I don't want diamond, bro. I know where to stop. You know what I mean? Like in Splatoon, it was like, oh, you got to get S plus 50. I was like, fuck that shit, man. I'll just like enjoy my time on the Earth.
You
Like
and that
I'll
pays
like go outside and
that
like eat ice
attitude.
cream, man. I don't.
That attitude does pay off too. Like you can't set your bar so ridiculously high, or else you're just not gonna enjoy every
Yeah.
single moment. That just doesn't sound fun. If you're just like, oh, I have to. It's just like anything. If you don't, it adds up, you know. But if you just don't focus on, just have fun. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous how people forget it sometimes. Even me. You know what I mean? I forget it. I forget that I just have to have fun with everything I do. You know,
What
there shouldn't be
game?
any judgment.
What game would you go competitive in if you weren't good at Splatoon?
Ooh, that's a great question. I wasn't competitive in Splatoon 2. It would either be Counter Strike
Mm.
or Super Smash Brothers. Super Smash Brothers, the fighting game. It has to be something around there. I think I was going to play a lot of Smash when it came out. But
I
then
mean,
I
we
sucked.
did,
Yeah, we did,
and
literally.
and we did suck.
Yeah, I sucked so fucking badly. I got to at least Smash, but I gimmicked my way into there. I g-
I think getting in
after
there is
that
getting in there. You know what I mean?
yeah, just there you go. There you go. That's how you get in there.
It's like
um
fucking former disgraced congressman George Santos. He like scammed a bunch of people and he like committed like tax fraud, but he got to the Senate. You know what I mean?
there you go.
He voted. He made
Somehow.
decisions that affected millions of people's lives. But he's out now, so
Oh,
it's all good. But anyway,
George DeSantis, wasn't he like the governor of New York, whatever? What was his
I
name?
forget. I forget. Here, I could look it up.
God,
We don't have
what a
Henry. Normally, Henry's the guy who looks stuff up. I can't believe I have to do this. God damn it, George Santos. He was congressman of New York's 3rd district, whatever the fuck that means. I don't know what
Oh, I
district
see.
that is, but
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is another dude. Yeah.
yeah,
God
but
damn.
yeah, we did play a lot of
Convicted
Smash back in the
felon.
day.
That's
He
amazing.
is a felon, which is awesome. He was playing Fortnite with Connor Eats Pants, but that's a different.
Only 36 years old too, which is ridiculous. Ridiculously young.
I mean, Counter Strike's like the. I feel like that's the competitive game. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like
for
that's what
sure.
it's. If you go to a Buffalo Wild Wings, sometimes they have Counter Strike tournaments like playing on the TVs
Hmm.
for some
And I
reason.
think I think it's people don't like the second game, but I think people will eventually get used to it. Same as the like CS:GO, people had to get used to the game, and then people will grow to love it. But um, I'm just so impressed by the team play. It's like watching soccer. I'm a big fan of soccer right now. I
Yeah.
plan on going back to play in a team. There's an adult soccer league somewhere in near my city.
Yeah.
but the team play and and all the other aspects, that's so interesting to me, you know. And I wish it kind of relates to the game I'm playing, but it's just a lot more. Um, I don't know. It's just mouse and keyboard. It looks more interesting to me as a spectator. It's so I don't know. It's
I
just
mean,
when you see these
it's
people
just
display
deeper,
high level
right?
skill.
Because
Oh yeah,
there's
yeah.
like an economy to it, and it's more precise.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Uh,
there's something to it. It also has like, I don't know, and this is part of like, this is the community's doing, but it has like a bit of an aura to it, doesn't it? Like
oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I want to be the terrorists with the AK-47. We're pushing the bomb site, and we're a fucking swag ass team. And you know, my friend's gonna hold mid doors with an op, and it's gonna be awesome. And he's good to get the 360 no scope and Mountain Dew Doritos and all that shit. That's swag, bro.
Bro, god damn. You know, you know what we would get called if we say shit like that?
A lot of things we cannot say on
Unk.
this podcast.
We can get called Unk, bro, because this shit is ancient. You get
No,
called
man, that
Unk.
it can't be ancient, right? You're telling me
God.
today's youth are not watching like YouTube poops and stuff like that?
Probably an even worse version of it.
They're not
There's
watching the
apparently
Smosh comedy sketches and stuff? Come on, bro.
those things are horrible, bro. They're just so bad. But it's
I
so
don't know if
funny
you've
though.
taken a stroll onto like kids YouTube at all. It's so crazy, man.
It's probably the worst thing for a young child to dwell into because YouTube Kids is probably not that moderated. And so all these
I think it's a bit
Indon
moderated cuz
Indon
like, you know,
yeah,
they still have to do stuff with like advertisers and stuff. So I would
yeah.
imagine YouTube tries to keep it pretty like suit and tie a little bit, you know?
But I
But there's
remember
still
watch
some
yeah.
slop on there for
Oh,
sure.
there is some slop that should not ever be consumed for a child. Like I remember watching on YouTube and there was one this, like weird live stream playlist and it was like the weirdest thing I could ever look at. And apparently it's supposed to captivate a child's attention forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these parents that give their child a device and a phone or whatever, and they make them and they watch it and they take it away, they're gonna feel very they're gonna feel very sad, very mad. Wow, it's
There's something about like
scary
the
stuff.
child attention market that feels very calculated. I don't know what it
Oh
is.
yeah, no, it's a weird money hack too. Like
Yeah.
uh, I just noticed this in marketing when I go to stores and how they have the candies slightly lower below the counter. So where a child picks it up and look, oh, pretty color, pretty
Yeah,
candy. Can I
yeah.
have this? And boom, the mom gets it. I saw that. I'm just like, what? So there's levels to this. There's just something.
Whoever
And
thought of that
so
was a
uh,
grandmaster in marketing, bro.
somehow
Like,
it's the little stupid shit that gets to me sometimes.
yeah.
Um,
I remember we did a while back for music club. We listened to Imogen Heap. Um and she put out a song like a couple years ago that's like literally just like a baby kid song, like some wheels on the bus go round and round type shit.
mhm.
And she said in an interview, she's like, that song, it's called the Happy Song. She's like, that song makes more money on streaming services than any other song I have. And she has songs with like hundreds of millions of streams.
Just think about Baby Shark, bro. Think about Baby Shark.
Right, like,
Oh
it's so
my
weird though. Like,
god.
why? I don't understand. Like, you look at it as you know, maybe we don't have like the right veneer to look at it. You know, as like adults,
Mhm.
there's something about the way kids process information that's just like different. I don't know, and obviously that like has to do with their brain being like not developed or whatever, but it's so interesting.
They're more susceptible to things and stimuli. That's why it's so important to naturally be stimulated by, things that are more compelling and enriching. Like for me, I remember I didn't have that much stuff and I barely had a phone. What the fuck is going on? I barely had a phone. And the only thing I had was, to draw and I was so like into it. My brother was more into video games. That was his basically his his way of, entertainment. But me, I because I didn't barely play it, I was more uh engaged with things that were kind of remedial or just boring.
Yeah, yeah.
Um and that is something I look back and I'm like, wow, I just was different now, like well, my brain was just more open, open-ended. It wasn't distracted. It didn't, what is it? My attention span wasn't um uh, endangered or something like that. Or I guess I just was more open, like I said, but that all changed when I started playing games. um, but yeah, it's okay.
Because then it's like games are like an engaging, like they want you to come back.
hmm That's why I'm
So
so
that they
scared
got
to
to
play
tell
like
you
the
a
new
story.
games.
They got to tell you. They got to reward you. They're like, here's the cool sword. Don't you want to use the cool sword more? Maybe you'll come
You
back
want to buy the new
tomorrow.
exclusive sword item. It's
You
just
can
so
buy a ticket to the Roblox Elsa Spider-Man train where you could watch them kiss, and you can buy that for
Jesus.
$10 or
Yes, and
something.
my brother, my little brother, he's been playing Roblox nonstop, and it's honestly scaring the shit out of me because he used to be so immersed into making clay that now he doesn't bother with it. He doesn't like doing it. Well, it's not like he doesn't like doing it. He's just not interested.
Yeah,
Um,
there's other stuff on Roblox that's more
yeah,
interesting,
it's more interesting,
like Dress to
and that's
Impress, and like.
that's scary. That's super scary. Like things that are so malleable and interesting to us before technology is now just kind of ceasing
There's
to
something to
exist.
be said about like it's like big corporation is more interesting than like the infinite possibilities of things you can like do with your hands. Like
Oh,
you could
dude,
like
yeah.
make a painting. You could do literally anything with paint. But you could also um do anything with Roblox. Roblox is kind of the new painting. It's like, but you don't have to do any of the work. You could just be like, I want a gun, and then you have a gun in Roblox. And you're like, I want a
There you go.
T-shirt with a gun on it, and then you can also have that. All you have to do is give us 250 Robux and stuff,
And it works.
and it
And the people
works.
that develop those things, they make so much goddamn money. It's ridiculous
Well, sometimes
sometimes. But
there's kind of
the
like a
people that
thing.
oh,
There's video essays you could watch on this, but like most of the people who make the Roblox games are like kids because like
hmm
the advertisement is like if you make a game for Roblox, you could make $1 million, and then they do it, and then they end up making like no money at all.
oh really?
Yeah.
There you go.
You
Well,
could call it child labor, not slave labor. I guess they're
mm.
slaves in a sense. You could call it child labor because
Because
it's
they
like
figured out they didn't have to pay, for them to develop their own games.
Roblox has figured out they don't have to make the games. The people will just make the games. It's like Mario Maker.
Oh my
But the
God.
kids make the games and then they put the microtransaction in the kids' games that is made for the kids' game. Money is the donut of children. If you think about it.
Oh my God, dude.
Anyway,
Money is the donut of children. Good.
I wanted to ask you
Mm-hmm.
cuz you're taking piano lessons
Yes.
and I play guitar. and we could come together and make a band maybe one day.
How long have I been saying this to you, you fucking idiot? I
No,
always
I
wanted to
wanted
make
to
music
ask
with
you,
you
what do you think? Because
motherfucker.
you've also played guitar,
I
um,
also did. I hated
and
it.
I want to learn piano.
You do. Okay.
So I wanted to ask you what you felt like what do you feel, what is different about, because when I think about piano and I think about like transferring what I know about music, which is basically nothing at all, to piano, from guitar to piano, it feels so much more like, it feels kind of daunting almost, like, because the forms of expression are kind of different. Like in guitar, here's my preconceived notion, and then you can give me what you think about
Okay.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um when I think about playing guitar, it's like a thing that requires a lot of like, I don't know, it's very specific to me in my mind. Like you have to do these chords and it has to be like this timing. And obviously like piano has that as well, but piano feels almost more fluid to me. But it
Mm.
also feels, and this isn't true obviously, but this is just how it feels to me. It also feels like less expressive to me. Like when I see the guitar fretboard, I think about like, there's so many different ways to like do a note. Like you can like do you can arpeggiate a chord, or you can bend the string, or you could do like a hammer on where you hit the string really hard and stuff like that. Whereas piano is like, you have like the foot pedals, which I don't know what they do because I don't know anything about piano. You know what I mean? So
Uh
I just wanted to get your thoughts on like, what was that transition like?
so I
I don't
think
know if you relate to any of
both
that stuff.
no, I do. It's both instruments are uh so similar, obviously, because they have to they're they're arranged in
They
the
both
note
do notes
scale.
and stuff.
They both do notes, and I think both elements can be percussive. S- for piano and the pedals and the way of expression, I think uh I think it's so the limitless, how do I say this, limitless,
Limitlessness.
yeah, of of expression. It's so I'd probably say that it's just as expressive as guitar.
Like it's just a
Um,
different way.
just a different way. I think they both are for different instances. It's so subjective. Um,
I think what's
the
what's
purpose of
interesting
the
to me
pedals,
is like
yeah.
guitar and piano, like they're not instruments that like intuitively go together. I think this is where like my problem, or like where like the dauntingness comes from, is because they just feel so like worlds apart almost, because you don't like see them together in like a band and stuff like that. Like obviously there's like
Mhm.
rock songs that have piano and also guitar in them and stuff like that. Um but they don't like, I think, intuitively go together as like guitar and drums do or something like that. Like piano, there's kind of this
Sure.
air of like elegance almost, whereas guitar is more of like a dirty kind of it's a dirty growl.
I think that's I, I I don't think piano is just grand
Yeah, yeah.
and it could be, we know it can be jazzy, it can be electro, it could be experimental,
Of course.
um it could be technical, it could be anything. I probably would say that guitar and piano not going together, that's something that can be challenged. I don't
100%.
I think people don't know, or I'm sure there's instrumentalists that know how to blend both instruments well together. And maybe it's just a genre that hasn't been experimented further. Maybe there hasn't been any songs now that incorporates both instruments. I love piano for me because of the jazz and bluesy elements. of it, and it helps create these songs with different emotions in it, and it the fact that you can be able to improvise different notes and different. I don't know the technical terms yet, but it's just that limitlessness. But for guitar, it's so percussive. It's so there's so many instruments in a guitar, and the way you can just bang, the body of the guitar
Yeah, yeah.
to make it, percussive,
Like you
and the
do some
strings
Bob
and how you
Dylan
can.
shit.
Bob Dylan. And so,
I guess what is it about piano that you feel like was more fulfilling that like you didn't get out of guitar?
um, I think for me, I think it was the same thing Tyler had when he listened to the music that had piano in it. Like Sade's music. Me, it was Frank Ocean. There was some elements of piano in there. Uh, Kendrick Lamar's music. Um,
Kendrick does a lot of piano, yeah.
oh man, it was so good. And there was other songs, but I realized that piano has this. Uh, a lot of my favorite songs were on piano, so I was like, it was a no-brainer. So why not
Mm.
just why not learn from it and use the elements that people make from these songs to make songs like this? Because it took in my head, I'm like, oh, I could never make something like that. But that's you don't know that, you don't know until you actually try it. It could be horrible, but at least it could be something. That's why I gravitated toward it. And believe it or not, I felt some days where I'm like, this is pointless. Like I'm always gonna be an artist. That's not true. You only say it when you say it. And I told you this, and like I want to do it, but I definitely want to learn an instrument to perform, to even if it's just in a fucking club, like diner, like that's good enough for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, I gotta Coachella. No, hell no,
Dude, I
no.
would love to see you like in
Oh my god,
like
dude.
suit and tie, like a fancy restaurant, and
Yes.
you're doing one of
Oh,
those like
absolutely,
it's
bro.
like a jazzy little it's kind of like the backing it's like a spy movie scene where James Bond is and he's talking to the
Mwah,
beautiful
so good.
girl and they're talking all soft and there's this little,
Hey,
piano oh my god, it'd be
I'm
beautiful.
all right. I'm all right with being the side character. I'll be the pianist.
You
I
don't want
mean,
to be James Bond,
shit.
bro.
I don't want to be James Bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
I
good.
don't either. Fuck that guy,
Oof. No,
man.
fuck that. But that's something I work every day to do. It gives me. I think that was coming out of my uh that feeling that I didn't have anything else to do that I could tackle. But I always love that challenge of like maybe there can be another boundary to push. Maybe is there something more to my life than just this? And it was hard. No, I'm not gonna lie. And I've been going to the gym for like a couple months, and it's hard. It is so incredibly hard. I think people like to show the results, but they don't explain how hard it is to get there. It's so hard. It's so incredibly doable, but does it takes a lot.
I
But
think
I
the
think
gym's one of those things that's like it's really hard to do if you don't have if you're the only guy doing it. Like I think if you go with friends, it's like way easier.
way better, yeah, way
Yeah.
easier. There's pros to that too,
Cause then
yeah.
you
Because
have
when
your
you do it
boy
by yourself,
Johnny being like, "All right, let's go, bitch.
push it, man.
We're gonna set a PR today, bro." You go type
God.
shit, you dap up, and then you go to Waffle House after.
You go eat your grilled breasts, grilled chicken
Grilled
breasts with,
breasts
bro, dude. You don't know about the grilled chicken, man. I eat that
at
shit
Waffle
every
House.
day. Yes, two-piece grits and scrambled eggs and wheat bread. So good. I probably should go eat there tomorrow morning.
I love
So
Waffle
good.
House, man.
Yeah, I love them.
Nobody.
Um,
I went there with Henry one time. He was like, "It's fine," and he's just trying to be
it's
nice to me because I like it so much. I know he doesn't like it. I know in his heart he doesn't.
like what do you want? What do you expect? It's just Waffle House. It's supposed to just
It's just like
it's supposed to
shitty
be
breakfast, man. It's shitty American breakfast. That's all it is. There's a beauty
it's
to it.
oh, absolutely. And I hope
There needs to be
they stay around.
a guy playing piano in the Waffle House, man.
Oh, they still have that fucking jukebox.
Jukebox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do remember the time when they had the old jukebox where you had to shuffle the
Like
the
there's like
titles of the
the
songs.
cards, yeah.
Yeah, no, and then they just got rid of it entirely. Oh my god, I remember it vividly. Oh
Now
my
they have I
god.
hate when you go to like a new bar or whatever and you have like the whatever it is, it's like a big screen on the wall and it's like touch tunes. You can pay a
Touchstone.
dollar to put on Not Like Us. You know, it's like fuck this bullshit, bro. I
Bro.
hate that so much. Give me fucking those old songs. Like I want to see Johnny Cash and like fucking What's New Pussycat and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
What's
but
your
we should
favorite
definitely
what's your
start a band.
favorite old ass song?
Ooh, I had it in the tip of my tongue. I definitely have one. I just can't remember it. I
I fuck with
definitely,
that song. I
yeah.
forget who it's by, but it's the one where it's like the guy and he's like, I got a big iron on my hip. It's called Big Iron. I forget who it's by. I gotta look that up. Hold on.
Yeah, but we
Big
should definitely
Iron.
start that band. I don't know why we haven't
Marty
started a
Robbins,
group.
bro. Marty Robbins. Shout out. Shout out my guy. We should start a band. That'd be fun.
Just fuck around and just make some dumbass things.
We could
But
be like the new My Chemical Romance, but it's like My Chemical Romance, but it's 100 gex and it's also MF Doom.
yeah, just have some rap intervals over there, interludes. Just me just going fucking crazy. Like just play
It'd be
one
like
chord.
some Gorillas shit where fucking
Yeah.
we get Most Def to hop on, but we also do like rock and roll kind of.
Man, none of that
That's
would be
fire.
cool.
I love how some of the Gorillaz songs are just like fucking presets on like a sample machine or whatever. They just like rip that shit. That's kind of fire, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see. I'm not a Gorillaz head like my brother. I'm not aware of like how they make music, but that's pretty cool actually. I don't know.
I don't know what is there something about like all those guys over there in in Great Britain that like these weird rock people have connections to like these hip hop people. It's so weird. Like, why does Tom York from Radiohead have a remix of MF Doom's Gazillion Year? Why did that happen? It's
I
so weird, man.
I don't know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That just feels like something that should not exist, but it does.
Mm-mm.
And then Tom York also has a song with Flying Lotus on that one album. Flying Lotus, who did like a bunch of production on like To Pimp a Butterfly and stuff.
Oh, really? Flying
Yeah,
Lotus.
Flying Lotus.
I
Oh,
didn't
he
know
also
that.
did that anime like OST for that samurai. I forget what it's called. Something about samurai. I don't remember.
Not Samurai Champloo, right?
No,
No, no, no,
different
no.
one.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I probably know. I need to check that out. Actually, holy, whew, man. Okay.
But I don't know. That isn't like that over here in the U.S.
Mm.
The only hip hop crossovers you get is like there's like Jay-Z and Linkin Park have that one song.
Oh, well, there you go.
Which I don't know if that needs to exist, but it does.
Shout out to Jay Z.
Shout out Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Here's what I
Um.
want you to do.
mhm.
I got 5 legendary hip hop producers. I want you to rank them for me.
Okay. Go.
Are you ready for this shit?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for this
I
one.
need a clean ranking. I don't want you to think about it. I want it to be off top.
Mustard better not be in this list. I
I'm
swear
not
to
gonna put
God.
Mustard on the list, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Tyler, Q-Tip,
Oh,
Mad Lib, Dilla, JPEG Mafia. Go.
Dilla first.
Dilla number 1.
Absolutely.
Lock it in.
Dilla, absolutely. Um, I definitely think so I have Dilla and Madlib. I probably put him on second place. I think Madlib is was definitely a pioneer for a lot of the chopping and sampling that we get today.
For sure.
Also his work ethic is amazing. Apparently he had 4 tons worth of records.
Dude, I
Apparently.
saw like in the LA fires his like house burned down, which
Yeah, his
one
house
is
burned
so
down.
sad, but he had so much like so many like classic albums that were probably like no one will ever find ever again, you
Yep,
know, just
no
cuz
one
they're
will
like
ever
out of
find.
print or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so much like
Oh,
music equipment. Like that was like a we basically just lost the Library of Alexandria but for
for
hip hop
music,
and like soul and
for
stuff
hip
like
hop.
that.
Yep. How is he, by the way? Is
Madlib?
he okay? Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine, I think. I mean,
So
as
sad, man.
fine as you can be after losing your house, I guess, right?
Madlib, he deserves a lot of credit for the underground scene,
For
and
sure.
Jay Dilla too, man. They both collaborated, and oh my god.
And I mean, Dilla's work
Um,
with Slum Village just influenced so many people, like at the time.
oh, and I think they had their own with Erica Badu and the Roots
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the other groups. And your favorite, what's his name? God damn it, my lady. That's from another song. What's his name?
What I
He,
don't.
you said his albums. You said his album was like a 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Uh,
Jay Dilla produced one of his beats, one of his music
are
songs.
we talk about Janet Jackson? We talk
Janet
about the
Jackson too. I think she was a part of that movement, but it was another artist.
Black Thought
Um, mm-mm.
from the Roots. I don't know who you're talking about.
But anyways, I'll go back to the list.
Okay,
I,
Dilla 1, Madlib 2. You got Q-Tip, Tyler, and JPEG left.
I've definitely listened to a lot of Q-Tip's work, especially his solo releases.
I love Q-Tip,
Um,
man. He's got so much. I don't think people give him enough credit today.
no, they don't, and I'd probably get fucking flamed for it, but I'll probably put him on third.
Yeah.
Q-Tip is was ahead of his time, and I think his consistency, and he's continued to work with a lot of artists,
Yeah, still to
um,
this day, someone who
still to this day.
started so long ago, like literally close to the advent of hip hop, and he's still doing stuff that when I listen to a Q-Tip beat today, it's like I didn't know you could do this. Like he's
Yeah,
still doing it. That's crazy.
absolutely. Um, oof. JPEG Mafia. I've listened to some of his songs. We've listened to his music. I think
We've listened to
I
most of his discography
I
on
want
Music Club.
I think I think I want to listen to more of his music to understand, or to just get a good grasp of it. I know he still is gonna make music, and that's amazing. Um, I'll probably put Tyler next. I think this guy uh understands music so well,
Yeah.
too well, and his respect for other artists is unmatched. I think he only gives nothing but respect to that era of beat makers and also a rap back then, and now in R&B and soul. I'd probably give him a fourth place. JPEG. I'm sorry, I don't know. JPEG definitely doesn't deserve to be last, but if I put him in a producer
I
list,
mean, on this list, it's
probably
still you know, still an honor to be listed amongst all these other
still
producers.
that would be a dream.
I
If
think
to
Tyler is like.
oof.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I think Tyler is like. Obviously, he's been around for a long time, and he's paid a lot of respect to a lot of people who are like really popular now. Like Odd Future, kind of. Tyler and Earl really put respect on like MF Doom and made him as popular as he is today, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, even though he's been around so long, he's kind of only really come into his own like very recently, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's talked about it
And
in interviews how he was like, people didn't really take me seriously because like I wasn't taking myself seriously, and then he was just like, I'm gonna lock in and make some crazy shit, and he
yeah,
did
and
that
it wasn't until literally 2017 or on that time, yeah.
with like Flower Boy and Igor and stuff. Yeah, but
Because I think that was
JPEG's kind
yeah.
of next up,
Oh yeah,
Like we
absolutely.
got to pay some respects.
I
That
just I
album that
just
he
want
released last year, man, that was
yeah, you
crazy.
were all over that album.
I was all over it because it's that
Mhm.
good, man.
I think it'll be like one of those moments where it'll take time and then people will just find out uh his discography
Yeah,
well, like they'll
yeah.
get more involved with his discography the more it ages, definitely. Um the way he produces songs is something I've never heard of before, so it's continued to amaze me how people break the boundaries to go to the next step. Basically, I think there's more steps to climb in the ladder. I think we're just getting started. If not, we're probably gonna be a new genre that just completely takes over
Mm.
the music industry. It'll happen. It will definitely happen. We just have to wait and see what kind of crazy genius is gonna make it up. You know what I mean?
Who's a producer you would put on the list that I did not mention if you could choose one guy?
Ooh. Um. I don't know if I think I showed you MF Doom's uh beats. He's produced his own.
Yeah, he produced all
His,
that stuff on Food, right?
yeah, and he also has his herbs and spices.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got
there
the
was a
instrumental
collection,
stuff.
and that was cool. I liked his beats. They were kind of
They're very
uh
special in their own right, for sure.
yeah, their own special, but produce
I think he's a better. I mean, he's a phenomenal producer and rapper, but I think he's a much better
mhm.
rapper.
Man, there's so many other producers that I could put. Um,
Pharrell.
well, for oh my god, Pharrell. That's the next album I have to show you. This Pharrell album, and it actually influenced Tyler's work 100%. This guy, Pharrell's album, that I want to show you, uh, it's so aligned with what Tyler would make for sure. And I want you to listen to it. You'll be amazed by it.
We'll do it. We'll do it,
Um,
man.
what else? Who else? A lot of the people that got involved with the greatest albums of all time, rap albums. Um, that oh my god, it would be a long time before I went for it, but went through them all. But man, I like Thundercat.
Shout out Thundercat.
That
Honestly, the bass is
beautiful man.
crazy.
He's such a legend. He's making himself into a legendary bass player. He just plays in a lot. That's just you just got to do that. You just have to love playing your instrument so much that you get involved with a lot of work.
That is a
And boom, you
man
just
who
made
just loves fucking
loves the
his
bass.
shit, bro.
He just loves it. And he made his own album. He needs to make another goddamn album. This guy was like so happy over his last work that his dumbass was like, "Oh, I did it. Just fucking do it again. Do it
Do it
again,
but
you
more,
dick.
man, you piece of
Do it
shit.
more. Bring out the funk.
Who's
You
more
want the funk."
punished, the Frank Ocean fans or the Thundercat fans?
Well, looking like it's gonna be the Thundercat fans next.
Oh man.
His music is amazing, and it only blew up post COVID.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Before it was them changes, and it was all right. It did all right, but it was they were beautiful music, and only the drum in them changes sampled by the Isley Brothers. Beautiful song, and sampled from Ice Cube's song. Today was a good day.
Fire.
So I love how other artists are taking or not necessarily stealing, but getting inspired by other, because nothing is really original. Something had to have been conceived by something, or at least a mishmash of something.
Right.
So that's why it's so. I think it's okay for artists to steal or not steal, but like incorporate their ideas and use it in their way that sounds completely new.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
pay homage to the greats
Oh yeah,
before you for
absolutely.
sure. We're all just
Hmm.
amalgamations of all of our worldly experiences, you know.
Oh man, I love that shit.
All right, Angelo, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for being
Oh,
on the show. Thanks for
great
filling in
pleasure.
for Henry this week.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
the guest always
oh,
gets the last words of the show. So here's the
um.
red carpet. I open it up to you.
Well, I hope I get a good rest tonight. Very well. Very good, well rest because I am so tired right now beyond words can comprehend. And I love life. There you go. I hope to make good stuff one day. Hopefully. There you go. My last words.